Vande Mataram. Welcome back to my channel. Dear friends, my name is Tushar Mandlekar and I have started this channel Courtroom Battles for the benefit of young lawyers or students of law. If you are a student of law or wish to be a lawyer or you are a young lawyer, please join my channel Courtroom Battles. Today we are going to discuss the most important topic in criminal jurisprudence, that is bail. Dear friends, every criminal lawyer in this country seeks bail for his client, and that bail jurisprudence needs to be known to all young criminal lawyers. If you are interested in getting personal liberty and release of a prisoner or an accused, this bail jurisprudence video is absolutely important for all of you. Please continue watching Courtroom Battles. Dear friends, the most important case law and the judgment which is remembered by all in this country is State of Rajasthan, Jaipur versus Balchand, 1977 for SCC 308, when Justice Krishna Iyer stated that basic rule of criminal jurisprudence is bail, not the jail. Bail is the rule, jail is the exception. Now, dear friends, since long, this particular jurisprudence has been followed and the judgment has been followed by many courts in this country. From 1977 onwards, we have seen there is always a battle between the prosecution and the defense to get the bail of an accused. If you are a criminal lawyer and appearing for the accused, you must know such kind of case laws by which you can get the bail for your accused client. Dear friends, let us discuss what are the parameters or the test which has been carved down by the Honorable Supreme Court while granting bail. Dear friends, courts will have to consider all these things and you will have to also argue all these things which I am going to tell you today. Dear friends, Chapter 33 of the Criminal Procedure Code in India governs the provisions related to the bail. If you are a criminal lawyer and you seek to get the bail for your accused client, then you must be familiar with all these provisions. Section 436 to Section 440 are more important for seeking bail of an accused. When you approach the Sessions Court to seek the bail under Section 439 of the CRPC, you will have to argue in favor of your accused client. Dear friends, there is a test which has been prescribed by the Honorable Supreme Court of India by which the magistrates or the courts have to consider certain parameters while granting bail. Now, what are those parameters? In paragraph number 57 of the celebrated judgment delivered by Justice Chandrachud of the Supreme Court of India in Arnab Goswami versus State of Maharashtra, this test has been reiterated. Dear friends, today we are going to discuss 7 top case laws by which the bail can be secured for the accused person, and the parameters will have to be tested on this particular test framed by the Supreme Court. Dear friends, while granting bail to Arnab Goswami, Honorable Supreme Court in para number 57 has specifically carved out the factors which are settled factors which emerge from the precedents of various judgments of the Honorable Supreme Court while granting bail, and the Honorable Courts have to consider these factors. Let us discuss what are those factors. 1. The nature of the alleged offence, the nature of the accusation and the severity of the punishment in the case of a conviction. So the courts will have to consider what are the accusation against the accused. The contents of the FIR will have to be looked into for the purpose of this particular parameter. The nature of the alleged offence and the conviction which is prescribed in the Act will also have to be considered. If the conviction is more serious and the offence is more serious, then it is difficult to get the bail. Factor number 2, whether there exists a reasonable apprehension of the accused tampering with the witness or being a threat to the complainant or the witnesses. Dear friends, every time if you are appearing for the accused, you must also argue this, that there is no chance of accused tampering with the witnesses or evidences. If there is a threat to the original complainant, then the bail may be denied. The third and most important factor is possibility of securing the presence of the accused at the trial or the likelihood of the accused fleeing from justice, popularly known as the factor flight risk. Dear friends, once if the accused is enlarged on bail and flees from country or do not appear for any reason into the trial, then it becomes difficult to complete the trial. So that is normally called as a flight risk. If the accused is a responsible person in the society and also a government servant, then there is no flight risk. So possibility of getting a bail in this particular situation is more. So this is the factor number 3, flight risk, or the accused, if he flees from the justice, is not available for the trial. In factor number 4, the antecedents and circumstances which are peculiar to the accused. Dear friends, if the accused is innocent and is not been framed in any cases prior to this, or it is a first time offence, the chances of getting the bail is more. But if the accused is a habitual offender and there are a number of cases against him, then the chances of getting a bail is very weak. So the antecedents of the accused are also required to be looked into by the courts while granting the bail. Factor number 5, whether prima facie the ingredients of the offence are made out on the basis of the allegations as they stand in the FIR. Now, dear friends, there are certain accusations which are made against the accused in the complaint. The FIR is registered on the basis of the complaint. So it is the basic and primary duty of every court to read the complaint or the FIR in totality and then consider whether the offence is made out from the complaint itself or not. So Honorable Supreme Court says that every court has to check out whether the offence has been made out on a preliminary reading or primary reading of the complaint itself. Then there is another factor. The last factor is the significant interest of the public or the state and other similar considerations. What will happen if the accused is released on the bail? Whether the release of the accused is in the benefit of the society or not. If the accused becomes threat to the society after his release, then possibly he may not get a bail. So dear friends, these are 6 important factors which are required to be considered by the every magistrate or high court in this country while granting the bail to the accused. Ultimately, this means that every criminal lawyer must know these factors while arguing the bail application of an accused. So dear friends, this is most important video for the purpose of seeking bail if you are appearing for the accused. I am going to also tell you top 6 important case laws by which bail can be argued. 1. Prahlad Singh Bhati versus NCT Delhi 2001 Volume 4, SCC, page 280. 2. Ram Govind Upadhyay versus Sudarshan Singh, 2002, Volume 3, SCC, page 598. 3. State of UP versus Amarmani Tripathi, 2009, Volume 8, SCC, page 21. 4. Prashant Kumar Sarkar versus Ashish Chatterjee, 2010, Volume 14, SCC, 496. 5. Sanjay Chandra versus CBI, 2012, 1, SCC, page 40. And 6. P. Chidambaram versus CBI, Criminal Appeal 1605/2019. Dear friends, these 6 top case laws are important for the bail jurisprudence. I hope you have liked this video. If you have liked this video, please share it between your friends. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram.